Yuko celebration. If nothing happens between now and Friday. O ya no sé. She was in the hospital all afternoon. Ahí voy corriendo.
Six thirty, and we'll go ahead and get this city council special meeting for Monday, September 29th of 2025. Marty, could we do roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Mayor Alvaro Arriola.
Here?
Mayor Pro Tem James DeRusse. Here. Councilman J.P. Sanchez.
Here.
Councilwoman Ernestina Martinez.
Present.
Councilman Jesus Lopez Jr.
Present.
Councilman Randy Quinones.
Here.
Councilwoman Carmen Gutierrez.
Here.
Mayor, you do have a quorum.
At this time, can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and pledge allegiance to the Texas flag?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We are on item number 4, public hearing. 4A, a public hearing on the proposed property tax increase for 2025.
It's 6:31, and we'll go ahead and open this public hearing for the proposed property tax increase for 2025. I believe we have Speaker B. Vallejo.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and taxpayers. Tonight, again, I implore you to please focus on the future of Del Rio, on the large deficit that we now have, and the only real possible solution for saving the economical growth of Del Rio, and for fixing our major priorities and problems. While we sit here waiting on your decision to move the city forward or to regress it, let me remind you that the world outside is moving fast, and it is leaving us behind. We don't have an airline, we don't have a highway, we don't have a bridge, and we do not even have Amistad Dam repaired. Why? Maybe it's because we don't have enough money. However, we have Westland World Corporation receiving assistance from the state of Texas to set up a city called Val Verde, Texas. Yes, at the Global Black Change Show of 2024 in Dubai, I was reintroduced to Gustave Solon. He's been selling land for $8 a square meter for his 15-minute city project right above Comstock. But we here at Del Rio, we were being sold out into debt. Some of you sitting here are guilty, borrowing money and spending left and right on frivolous projects. And now, right under our nose, our water supply from the Devil's River may be depleted, and we can't start work on any of our water projects right away because we are still looking to carry more debt. We need to fix our infrastructure and drainage problems. We need to fix our water problems, but we can't make up our minds to whether we want employees, we want fees, or more taxes, instead of focusing on the immediate problems and moving our city forward. We have much to lose if we prolong the deficit problem. We cannot afford to deplete our reserves. Our enterprise funds, if we decide to do that, we will dig ourselves deeper into a hole. Less buying power, less money for immediate repairs or projects, for we will have salaries to pay. The permanent fix needs to happen now. We must keep in mind higher prices for taxpayers, for the elderly and the retired. That means less buying power for them. The impoverished qualify for state and federal assistance and can move wherever. The regular taxpayer is stuck. The city has raised the water and sewer fees and will raise them again next year in keeping with the plan. Soon, we will have more debt and less cash flow, but we will still have to pay salaries. And in the meantime, the world keeps leaving Del Rio behind. We may face an economical collapse. Tonight, let's do the right thing for the taxpayers and for the future of Del Rio, Texas. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, we are on item number 5, citizens' comments. There were none signed up today.
Okay, but does anybody else have anything to elaborate or just come up to the podium in regards to the tax rate? We're still open on that one, so
Oops, my apologies.
it's okay. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I was wondering if there was a publicly disclosed plan for the future tax rate. Sorry, like B had mentioned that next year the tax rate will likely increase again. I'm wondering if there has been anything shared publicly about that being in the plan. Does that make sense?
I think we're working on a particular budget right now. We
Right.
can't say what's going to happen next year.
Your tax rate, different, it would be a different public hearing for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else that wish to come up forward? If not, it's 6:30. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You didn't raise up your hand. is it? Okay.
Since my colleague from the media made a comment, I feel that I should make one too, and I just want to let you all know that you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, ma'am. I can close on that note, right? It's 6:37, and the public hearing proposed property tax increase for 2025 is closed. Now we're going into citizens' comments, and there were none, right?
Correct. So item 6A is ordinance 2025-083, an ordinance in accordance with the Del Rio City Charter and state law providing for the adoption of a budget for the city of Del Rio for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2025, and ending on September 30th, 2026, and providing for the appropriation of all funds during said fiscal year for the operation of the City of Del Rio Government Debt Service, capital projects, enterprise special revenue, and internal service funds. And council, on your dais, you will find an updated ordinance that includes the versions that are being considered.
At this point, is Ms. Burkhardt, you have PowerPoints or?
Yes, I'll bring it up. I'm just going to bring up one slide. Is there a way to project it? Perfect. Let me open that up where everybody can read it. Fantastic. Thank you all for being here. It has been a long and arduous task to build our budget, but we are glad to be here tonight to present you a final proposed budget. We have 3 drafts for you. Draft 5 is balancing the budget, utilizing enterprise funds, and leaving a 0 balance for general fund. Draft 5B is not balancing, no reduction in force. On 5 also, no reduction in force. So on 5B, there's no reduction in force. We're not balancing, utilizing enterprise funds. We're just simply leaving a negative balance. And then that negative balance being 1.9 million. And the 6th draft is doing a reduction in force, but using a 3-month phase-in. There is only 2 or 3 things that you need to know about Draft 5. Draft 5 basically is utilizing general fund reserves going from 5 months to 3 months. That's a one-time fix. And also using enterprise funds to balance on, which is a one-time fix. And there will be some capital projects delayed until out years for the enterprise funds if we go with Draft 5. But again, this is no reduction in force. Draft 5B is no reduction in force. It's just leaving the negative there that we have in the general fund of $1,960,100. And in Draft 6, this one is the reduction in force, but a 3-month phase-in, and that would bring us down to $1,461,400. That's all I have at the moment. I have the spreadsheets if you'd like me to bring them up. Otherwise, this should summarize all of our options.
Any questions from Mrs. Burkhardt on option draft 5, 5B, or 6? Draft 6?
Ms. Burkhardt? On,
Yes.
on number 6, you're showing a reduction of, 1,461,000. Now, is that gonna be like, still be on a negative, or are you gonna zero it out?
No, that would be in the negative. We would leave the general fund balance at negative $1,461,400.
So that would affect us a little bit on our loans, or to have that balance on there or not?
Potentially, yes.
So it's best to have a zero fund balance, zero.
It is always best to have a 0 fund balance in general fund, but obviously we will take a hit because no matter what, they will notice when we go before Moody's, Standards and Poor, or Fitch to get a due diligence rating call for
If
another
we use
debt
less-
issuance.
Yeah, well, considering that they're still gonna find out, or still
Yes.
gonna know.
They still will
Now,
know.
the 1,000,004 is still a lot less than 1,009,000.
Yes.
So will that help you a little bit less on your
It's
enterprise?
approximately $500,000 of savings. But it's permanent savings. It's not one time. The only thing that is one time about Draft 6 is that it is dropping our reserves in general fund from 5 months to 3 months. Now, that is a one-time fix, but the other one-time fixes are not relevant to Draft 6.
Thank you.
Councilman
Thank you.
Quinones?
Yeah, I'm ready to make a motion.
What was that?
I'm ready to make a motion.
Oh, you are?
I move to adopt the proposed budget, version 5, as a budget for the fiscal year 2025 to 2026.
Do I have a second?
Is that what version?
5. 5 with a balanced budget,
Second.
right? Mr. Quinones?
Yes.
Councilman Quinones?
Ms. Martinez, she seconded it.
You second?
Second.
With that one? Any questions, concerns, doubts? Is this a roll call?
Yes, sir, it is. Okay. Mayor Alvaro Ariola, your vote?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem James DeRusse, your vote.
Against.
Councilman JP Sanchez, your vote.
For.
Councilwoman Ernestina Martinez, your vote.
For.
Councilman Jesus Lopez Jr., your vote.
Against.
Councilman Randy Quinones, your vote.
For.
Councilwoman Carmen Gutierrez, your vote.
Against.
Mayor, you do not have a majority,
We do?
a
One, two,
a
three, four?
supermajority.
We will need to,
Four.
Is it not a supermajority on
no,
the
it's
budget?
just a majority.
Was a majority, I thought
The budget
tax
is just a
rates
majority.
were the
Yeah, the tax
supermajority.
rate is the super.
Okay, so we're good then. Very well. Okay, the motion does pass.
Did it pass 4
Yes.
on option
There's 4 in
5?
favor, 3 against.
Okay, 4 in favor, 3 against. Thank you. I didn't understand.
Mr. Cart-
Yes.
You want to make a comment, Carmen?
Yes, I'd like to make a
Go ahead,
comment.
Councilwoman
May I?
Gutierrez. Yeah, sure.
Okay, and just to be clear, since it did pass, this is a temporary, no reduction in force, that's what was approved, taking all that money from the enterprise funds that we will not be able to use next year, is that correct?
That is correct.
And we will be reducing our 5 months to 3 months,
Correct.
and so that will not be able to be used.
Correct.
Okay? And so next year, we will be in this boat, and we will not be able to save jobs.
It will
Unless
be
you come,
dependent upon the
somebody
council
comes
at
up
that time.
with all this. So the employees that are affected need to be aware of that. And the reason, and I'd like to comment as to why I was against, is because I believe that our city needs to have financial stability. In order to continue to grow economically in any other way, we need to have financial stability. We already know that we were downgraded once. We are depleting our reserves from 5 to 3. It is not a permanent fix. And our citizens are already going to be paying, effective October the 1, higher rates on all the enterprise funds, new fees on new ordinances, higher rates on existing ordinances. And I don't want to say when they signed up for it because they didn't really have a choice. It was not to fund salaries. And so the taxpayers, because not all citizens pay taxes, the taxpayers that are going to be paying that 1 cent, that really needs to be focused on our police and fire, which is the main gist of that particular, whenever we collect taxes. I know that, a lot of people think, well, we can get it from taxes, but we need to fund our police and our fire adequately and probably even more than that. And so for those reasons, I just wanted to explain I was against.
Well, for the future, Councilwoman Gutierrez, anytime you have going against, you're supposed to state the reasons why. We had already voted. It was a.
Really? When did that rule go into
I
effect?
think that's the effect that was heard, because this is already voted on,
That-
so.
Did you need to say why you voted against something?
No, I think what
The roll call vote.
the mayor was trying to say that before you take the vote, you should,
What she told me
you
before or
should.
after. Okay.
At
But
the-
either way, she did, do you want to make a comment, sir?
You know, Robert's rules
I'm
of order.
just curious about where this rule's coming from, that you're required to explain your reasoning when you vote against something, because. Well,
Before, I forgot to say before.
you have voted no on some things. Have you said why every time?
I could do it.
So
Big deal for me. Wait,
Let's move on.
consistency is a big deal.
Okay. 4-3, and we'll go ahead and proceed on the other one.
Mayor,
Okay.
Mayor,
Go ahead.
since I was the culprit on this.
You are the actual starter on this.
Okay, may I ask our city attorney to bring that particular, how we're supposed to do that back?
Yeah, so like this, we
So,
don't get off the line
know
of
that-
communication.
No,
If we vote against, is
no,
there
no,
a
there's,
rule?
the only thing that, the rule of procedure is that you make your comments before you take the vote. Once you take the vote, the item is closed for discussion and you move on.
Okay. So the appropriate thing would have been, before I said no.
Right.
I guess. Thank you for clarifying.
And the appropriate way would be Mrs. Anna Smith to bring it up to us on the mic and let us know.
I have a question.
What's that, sir? Go ahead, sir. You got a question?
Ms. Smith, is that in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order?
It's in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order and any other rules of parliamentary procedure.
Which, you know where I'm going with
Yeah,
this.
I know.
We have explicitly not, we have explicitly not adopted any rules,
So we could do it.
Robert's Rules of Order or anything else. So, and I brought this up multiple times. We do it for all of our boards and commissions. We mandate Robert's Rules of Order for them, but we don't do it for us. So now, turning around and going that Carmen was wrong because she didn't comply with. Hey,
I don't think
so.
I can
you
bring-
cannot say
Mayor,
that Carmen was wrong
Did you read it
because
this way? You have specific.
I won't worry about talking.
I'm sorry. But was it worded this way? Okay.
On the bottom? What do you mean, word?
There's no word here.
We had specific wording for the motion.
Who made the motion?
Randy did.
Did he word it right?
It was, yeah, the
Yes.
wording that, then there is suggested wording, but basically, he could have said, I want this budget, and y'all say, okay, and everybody votes, and that's okay. For the tax rate, something else.
But he did read it accordingly.
You read the motion, right? And you seconded the motion. And
Can
you
I-
have a question?
Can I finish my comment?
You can. You got the floor.
You cannot say, well, you interrupted me about 4 times, but you cannot say that Carmen was wrong making comments when we are not imposing those standards, those rules upon ourselves. Just because you didn't like what she said doesn't mean that she's wrong saying it after the fact. She wanted to highlight the ramifications of the budget that was adopted.
Not that I didn't like it, it's just, I was told that she should have delayed that and not do it at the final act, because we already voted, but it was supposed to be at the beginning, so we move on with the second item. Marty?
Item B is ordinance 2025-084, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Del Rio, Texas, in accordance with state law, ratifying the property tax revenue increase reflected in the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget that will request raising more revenue from property taxes than the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget.
Do I have a motion to dais for this particular?
Mayor?
Yes,
I
ma'am?
move to ratify the property tax increase reflected in the fiscal year 20 to 25, 20 to 26 budget.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Councilman Quinones, do I have any questions, concerns from Ms. Burkhardt or Linda? Not? Anything?
Your vote.
Quinones?
I'll do the record vote. Mayor Alvaro Arriola, your vote.
4?
Mayor Pro Tem James DeRusse, your vote.
4.
Councilman J.P. Sanchez, your vote.
4.
Councilwoman Ernestina Martinez, your vote.
4.
Councilman Jesus Lopez Jr., your vote.
4.
Councilman Randy Quinones, your vote.
4.
Councilwoman Carmen Gutierrez, your vote.
4.
The motion passes. We are on item C, ordinance 2025-085, an ordinance in accordance with the Del Rio Charter and state law providing for the adoption of a tax rate for the 2025 tax year for the purpose of imposing the amount of taxes needed to fund the maintenance and operation expenditures of the general government for the city of Del Rio for the fiscal year commencing on October 1, 2025, and ending on September 30th, 2026, providing for the levy of taxes on and against all taxable property in the city of Del Rio, Texas, and providing for an effective date.
Do I have a motion to dais to approve?
I move that the maintenance and operation components of the tax rate be set at 0.323009 per 100 evaluations.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I will do the record vote. Mayor Alvaro Arriola, your vote.
As much as I hate to say it, I'm against.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem James DeRusse, your vote.
For.
Councilman J.P. Sanchez, your vote.
For.
Councilwoman Ernestina Martinez, your vote.
Four.
Councilman Jesus Lopez Jr., your vote.
Or,
Councilman Randy Quinones, your vote.
For.
Councilwoman Carmen Gutierrez, your vote.
4.
The motion passes. We are on item number D, ordinance 2025-086, an ordinance in accordance with the Del Rio City Charter and state law, providing for the adoption of a tax rate for 2025 tax year for the purpose of imposing the amount of taxes needed to pay the city's debt service in the fiscal year commencing on October 1, 2025, and ending on September 30th, 2026, providing for the levy of taxes on and against all taxable properties in the city of Del Rio, Texas, and providing for an effective date.
Do I have a motion on the dais?
Mayor, I move that the interest and sinking component of the tax rate be set at 0.383991 per $100 valuation.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I will take the record vote. Mayor Alvaro Arriola, your vote.
I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna go against this one.
Mayor Pro Tem James DeRusse, your vote.
For.
Councilman J.P. Sanchez, your vote.
For.
Councilwoman Ernestina Martinez, your vote.
4.
Councilman Jesus Lopez Jr., your vote.
or,
Councilman Randy Quinones, your vote.
For.
Councilwoman Carmen Gutierrez, your vote.
4.
The motion passes. Item E was previously, action was taken on September 23rd. We will move on to item F, Resolution 2025-181, resolution by the City Council of the City of Del Rio, Texas, ratifying the approval of a standard professional services agreement between the City of Del Rio Economic Development Corporation, a Texas nonprofit economic development type B corporation, and the City of Del Rio, Texas, to provide staffing for administrative and programs and legal services, providing a severability clause and establishing an effective date.
Do I have a motion on the dais?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Councilman Quinones, second by Mayor Pro Tem DeRusse. Any questions, concerns?
I have a question, that's it. Only, where's Exhibit A? Here. I mean, it's asking here, when we read it, it says it's going by Exhibit A. And, I'm looking for Exhibit A, and there's no attachments.
I believe it's on page 224,
224?
224, 225, 26, 27, 28,
Okay, so that's,
and 29.
that's what's considered Exhibit A.
Yes.
Okay,
We should have had a sheet in front of it. I apologize.
it's not worded like that, so I was like, where is it? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We have first and second. This is not a roll call.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
7-0. Yes?
Mayor,
comment?
item number E, I don't think we voted on that because we didn't have the collective bargaining agreement yet.
Marty,
It was
It was.
voted after executive session.
Mhm.
as soon as
It
we
was.
came out, it was a motion.
Yes, we did.
We voted on it. You have it in the record, right? that
I
we
do.
voted?
Yes.
But did we have the agreement then?
Yes.
Mhm.
She brought it to us.
It's, Annette,
very
that's
good.
the one you
Discussion.
signed this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay.
You had the agreement.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's already done. Okay.
Item G is Resolution 2025-182, a resolution of the City Council authorizing the use of hotel occupancy tax funds pursuant to Texas Tax Code Section 351.001 for payment in the amount of $7,978.50 for membership in the Texas Hotel and Lodging Association for services that promote tourism and the convention and industry in the city of Del Rio, Texas.
Do I have a motion on the dais?
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement.
Mayor Pro Tem, do I have a second?
Second.
Councilman Lopez, any questions, concerns? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? None.
Item H is discussion and possible action on acceptance of donations by the city of Del Rio.
Yeah, go ahead.
This year, I believe the mayor's reception has been discussed several times, but no action has been taken. And so it is my understanding the mayor desires to have this via donation.
Correct.
And those donations by our city policy must be approved. We will not have a council meeting prior to the mayor's reception. And so I need to get direction and approval on the donations that we receive, that we can spend it on the mayor's reception only. We have established a revenue line item just for the mayor's reception and an expenditure line item just for the mayor's reception so that it is not commingled in any other line items. I simply would like to know also, we can simply do a publication in the newspaper and or radio or both, sharing the donations publicly. But certainly we want to comply with the city's policy.
I think the reason I brought it forward is because I wasn't in the thought of getting any funds from the actual city for this mayor reception, since we're cutting our budget to the minimum. There are some business communities that want to support this. And obviously, I want to deposit into an account here at City Hall because it's a city thing. And then let them spend the money instead of going out and making a $5,000, $10,000 mayor reception when we know we cannot do that with the city funds. What I would also suggest, and I asked Anna, if this money comes into play, can that be let's say rerouted to donation for the employees, for employees appreciation party, or whatever it is, because those funds are actually being given to the city under the mayor, but it's also money that could be utilized for the employees. And I asked Anna in regards to that, how can that be worked out?
If you solicit donations for particular purposes and the donation's accepted, if you tell them that if there's money left over, it's going to go to this purpose, it can be done that way. But they have to know beforehand.
Well, I was asking if we could put it on the letterhead or put it on some of the quotes there on the letter the letter we're presenting to the business communities, and let them know ahead of time what's going to happen with their particular funds. And this is just, I think, would be transparent in the protocols of everything. This, we want to proceed that we're doing it legally and not doing anything that we're not supposed to. So if anybody has any questions, concerns, it's just a discussion.
Well,
I think we did a motion to,
Approved.
what was that?
I have a question.
What was that?
What if your sponsor, the businesses or donations that they want to give you don't exactly have money? They just want to give you either the food, the drinks, or decorations. They just want to give you that particular donation and not actually give money. Just give you the purpose of what it's for, and they pay it themselves. And just say it's for the mayor's reception, without giving a particular amount of money. I mean, they're donating it. They're not telling the city, hey, it's going to cost us $2,000. Can you give me $2,000 for the food or for whatever? If they say, because a company says, I got a restaurant, I will donate you the food. So now it has to be an amount.
For transparency, I think if they make a bill out of it and bring it in and turn it into City Hall, it is the protocols of that. So
It would be considered an in-kind donation, and we assess a value to that, but it can be done.
So they have to tell you how much it costs them
They
to
have to have,
donate
it has to have a value.
without giving money to the city to pay them.
Right, because it's an in-kind donation, you're not actually giving money.
So if all we get is in-kind donations, it'll be more acceptable than including money.
I think it's just just to be transparent and be at ease that the money
Yeah.
is not being touched by any hands other than the city.
Right. Okay.
I have a question.
What's that, sir?
But I thought as a city, we already did away with this event,
With the funding.
with the funding.
Funding.
The funding is not there anymore. We proceed doing the mayor's reception, but, the funding is going to come from outside sources, but we need to deposit into the city so that we have transparency on that money. Now, I mean, this is a discussion that I had with the administration, and that's a recommendation from Mrs. Smith that we proceed on this by law.
My recommendation was that they can do it legally, they can do it, and our financial advisor was also consulted, and it can be done, but it's really up to the city council to determine whether or not you want to support this event and accept donations.
So is the mayor reception like a city event, or is that a mayor event?
In traditions, it had, and then all of a sudden, I think it was brought forward that the International Good Neighbors did a couple of times, and then it came back to the city. I think the city, previous mayors have done it through the city funding. This year's, the last couple of years, we haven't been doing it with city funding.
And that's not something you could do like as an elected official and then report it like as a political contribution on your own?
That is something that could be done, but anytime you touch money, I think legalities, I want it to be done the right way, especially when it's for a mayor reception. I represent the city of Del Rio. I want to make sure that we're doing it legal. There is no ins and outs of that. Did I answer your question, sir?
No.
You done for now?
For now.
Still puzzled? How about you, Councilman DeRuz? You have a question?
Yeah, my first question is kind of directed to you, Mr. Mayor, kind of directed to the city manager. The comment was made, this has been discussed several times. This is the first discussion that I've seen about it, and other than an email last week, it's first I heard about it.
With me,
With all of this.
I think with administration.
Okay.
just with me.
So, what is the budget for this event?
There's no budget.
There is no budget.
There is no budget. So we are just over 2 weeks out from the expected date. Is that correct? I don't think it actually says the expected date in here. And we don't have a budget. So that leads to my next question of, let's say we do put this line item in and we have an excess, but are you not already soliciting donations for the mayor's reception, not for the mayor's reception with any excess going to other things? So how would we use any excess?
I haven't collected anything from anybody till legal tells me how to proceed on that and where we're going to present to them. I'm
Okay.
still,
What is the anticipated location?
where we're going to have the event.
Yes.
Do you have that?
So far, right now, it looks like it's in Esme.
Well,
I believe it's at
no,
Enchanted.
no offense, but why is Miss Mesa coming up when?
I'm asking. I'll answer. Yeah. It's at Enchanted.
So this leads to a broader topic, which is the use of city employees for this and how that came about.
That has to be answered
So
by administration.
Esme, don't worry
I'll
about
answer
it.
that, yeah.
That
Mr.
was a
Burkhart?
semi-rhetorical question, because the point is, we're 2 weeks out, we don't have a budget. What if, we use one of the venues around town, and we don't collect enough money.
We don't have one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You live with it?
Oh, I can live with it, but I mean, this is, like I said, I feel like I'm really coming late to the party here, because these are questions that probably should have been asked and answered a couple of weeks ago before we started reaching out to people asking for donations, right? Then, final comment is, I have never, or I don't remember ever seeing in over 7 years sitting up here, an acceptance request for donations that does not list the person, the company, the organization, and the specific item, right? This is a carte blanche, we're going to accept anything. And it's up to us, and like I said, every other time, it's been a line item on what we are going to accept. And there's been discussions. And I have a problem with this just carte blanche, we're going to accept anything. Because if there was a company that wanted to donate, and I'm not saying that there will be, who has or is thinking about putting in for a contract with the city, that would just look bad.
Let me ask you, since you've been here 7 years, now you're asking me, I'm going to ask you, how many mayor's receptions did you approve when the 7 years you've been here? And how much was the total on all those that you approved back then?
I don't know. I would need to go back and look through the individual
But you approved
budgets.
some
They
of them,
have,
right?
but-
But we were in the budget that we're in right now.
yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
trying
But
to
again-
avoid using taxpayers' money for this and using them to.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the process, right? And, you can go, well, what about this mayor? What about that mayor? Part of it was, there was different times, if you will. There was a line item that, whether or not we actually had the money or not, we thought we had the money, and so we budgeted that amount of money. And we looked at it and we discussed it during the budget process. Whereas this, like I said, just coming late to the party. And, there's just a lot of questions and concerns about, where's this money going? What's it going to be used for? Again, what if we don't collect enough? And so now 1-2 days prior, everything's going to be canceled?
Yeah.
So
Unless you're
Anyway.
willing to put $2,000 for it, and.
I just have a bunch of questions.
Responded to it. But anyway, there is concerns, and I understand that, and that I'm trying to avoid using taxpayers' money for something that is traditions. But if I can't collect anything,
Mayor?
then I guess we'll cancel the whole thing. But at this
Mayor?
point, yes, ma'am.
May I?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd just like to make a comment. This celebration has gone on for 60 years, and it was always financed by the city for the mayor's reception. Now, this is not happening this year, and last year, as you all know, we had somebody else that wasn't a city employee or wasn't in the council, and she did a great job in putting it together. Now, I don't know why this is a tradition, and it is not for anybody except for the citizens. And it's called the mayor's reception because it's been a tradition for over 60 years. And the International Good Neighbor Committee is the one that goes hand in hand with putting this together. Now, this year, they were told to stay out, that they wouldn't need their help. And I myself have had people, I didn't have to solicit. They've walked up to me and asked me if they could donate for the mayor's reception. So that's how we have some of our citizens wanting to donate because they feel that they want to honor our mayor. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
I believe when we started the process on this, it was $2,000 that we're going to put in the budget. But under the deficit in our budget, I said to remove it.
We had, I believe we had $2,000, and then
Doesn't matter if people want to
Can you guys listen to this, please?
we also thought about utilizing contingency, but during the budget discussions, I know that that was an option, and it was not a well-liked option, utilizing contingency in that manner. And so we bring this before you today for simply donations. And the city has a donation policy. We're simply trying to follow that policy. Now, there may be a threshold that you would like to add to that policy so that we don't have to do this in the future. But that's something for a later date.
Now, what I understand from Anna and from Ms. Burkhardt, whatever is in that particular account is going to be labeled for that specific, right? Yes. It can't be utilized for anything else except for that. Now, if there's $1,000 there, there's $1,000 we're going to use. If it's $500, it's $500. But we have to identify the ones that do incline, so like this, everything will be legal. And she's going to be looking at every invoice that comes in, along with finances. And that's one of the key things there, that just the check and balance, and we move on. If there's no money, there's no reception, and we move on. And we wait for next year to see what next year's going to bring us. Any other discussions?
Yes, Mayor, I also have some comments.
Go ahead.
I've been familiar with the mayor's reception since 1978, when Dr. Gutierrez was then mayor. He was mayor for 20 consecutive years, survived a recall, And that was when you had to run every 2 years. And the mayor's reception was exactly that. It was the mayor's reception. He invited dignitaries from the area and some citizens, as many citizens as we have. It'd be impossible to invite the entire citizenry. However, all efforts are made to invite the citizens, to open up a couple of hundred spots for our citizens. However, also that being said, I have seen the mayor's budgets be from 2,000 to 5,000 to 8,000, 11,000 in recent years, as much as $20,000. Yeah, and that was money from the city. Those mayors also use city staff, city letterhead, city resources, and all of that is a fact. Now, the past couple of years, our mayor has had zero budget. And so some citizens have stepped up. And because, to avoid the appearance of conflict of interest, no hot tax receiving organizations will be involved in the actual soliciting of donations or being part of spearheading this year's mayor's reception. The mayor's breakfast is also part of these events. And so, bless you. And it can be as limited or as extravagant. I myself and Councilwoman Tina Martinez and myself, before being on council, volunteered with IGNC 1 year that one mayor said, oh, we spent so much last year that this year there's no budget. But because it's been a tradition for over 60 years, we could not see that our citizens and our mayor at that time would not have a mayor's reception. So we worked on it ourselves. We got free entertainment, lined it up out of several organizations here in Del Rio with the schools and the kids and stuff. Ms. Tina and myself, we made the centerpieces. We brought stuff from home. And the only thing we ended up having to pay was $2,000 for the heavy hors d'oeuvres that we got catered by Red Fernandez. So it can happen with as little as $2,000, and I say that because that is food, and however, Fiesta de Amistad is exactly that, amistad, friendship. It is our annual come together, as a community, celebrate the abrazo, the traditional abrazo out there at the dam. It is part of everything that we do to bring our community together and bring in tourism. And so with that said, I would like to make a motion to approve, where is it here? Which one, where do I have to say?
Discussion of
Because
possible
they
action.
usually have it
The
here.
acceptance of donation to the city of Del
Well,
Rio.
here it is. Acceptance of donations by the city of Del Rio is presented on meeting 9/29/2025, giving our city manager the direction and our city attorney to define the thresholds for donations.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Now, the way I understand it, eventually it has to come back to you guys, whatever was spent, so you guys can approve this. So it's not just something that we're gonna go out and spend out. You're still gonna have an item, an agenda, right, to be presented back to council for approval? After the only thing we wanna foresee is that this thing, like Councilman DeRusse is saying, is coming right around, so we need to get it done. Right after we get the whole thing, then we'll bring it back to y'all to get the motion approved for the funds that were used and the funds that were left over and how we're gonna operate on those. So I have a first and a second. Does anybody have any comments or questions or anything else? I think we already went through it.
Just one last comment.
What's
I
that?
just don't think it looks right, because are we gonna do this for something else that's probably of more importance? If we need to buy something or partner up with the school district or with a different organization to do something at a park, are we gonna go through all this, to
Donation?
raise funds? Yeah, are we gonna do that? I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked the idea of having a party. I know you have a lot of ties to the business community, and I'm sure it's still gonna happen regardless. But I also see that we're not at we shouldn't be doing this right now. I don't think it looks right. That's just my only comment.
Well, you know, the fair thing that everybody has done, and every mayor had a budget. If it's 500 to 1,000 or 2,000, they had a budget. We didn't stress that for the last 3 years. When I first came in, it came in with a $4,000 budget, and then it dropped. And now, really, to avoid all this in your windows of everything, it's like you said, this is not city funds, it's outside funds coming in. And we just want to use it to where we have accountability on those funds, and that's it. I personally, you know, I can get somebody else to do it, but we represent the city. And this event is actually for the citizens of Del Rio, and it's been going on traditionally. And I'm not going to fit into the International Good Neighbors, but this has been for years something that our citizens are looking for. And on the actual mayor reception, we have had it for years. And I don't want to break that tradition, but at the same time, I want accountability of the funds that I'm going to collect. Even if they're acquaintance of mine, they're giving me money, I want to come to the city. And then with that funds, utilize it for something for our employees. You know, so it's nothing that it's going to go from one side to the
Yeah,
other.
but we're already not having the Christmas party. Are we gonna do this to raise money to have an employee Christmas?
Now, that's
Christmas party?
something that the city has to go get funds from other people. I can't stop that. I mean, that's totally different.
We are,
The
okay.
citizens, if the business community want to support an employee's Christmas party, more power to everybody. I mean,
To be
we have to bring it to us. Yes, ma'am.
To be specific, we are having some events in each department for the Christmas activity.
Thank you.
Good.
And do you not accept donations from the business community and citizens for the Christmas party?
I haven't been through, I've been as an attendee, but I actually haven't been in the process of one of those parties. So I'm sorry, I couldn't speak to that at this
I
moment in time.
see.
Mr. Chavez could maybe speak to that.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. We don't go out and solicit, but anybody that comes forward, we do accept.
And that's what's going on here. I'm just wondering if maybe this should be amended, since it is acceptance of donations by the city of Del Rio, that it would be the mayor's reception. It could include the Christmas party or any other official city event.
Can that be done? It's your motion.
The item is very general. The only thing that would, might affect it is just the description in the agenda packet, but the item is very general. Where is it?
Well, we can bring that item back on the agenda, the next meeting.
We won't have time. It's the 14th.
Yeah. By the next,
Well, we already have a motion and a second.
The first
there's a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. I'm not voting. I'm abstaining. One against? Two?
Aye.
You're against?
Oh.
No, who's in favor?
The motion. I made the motion.
You make the motion, she second. Are you in favor? JP, it was Tina, JP, you, and Councilman Lopez. I can't vote on this one, so I'm abstaining. And then 2 against.
So there was 2 against, just to make
Yes,
sure. The motion does carry.
yes.
Can I add something to that on the money that's left over? Just a little bit, or is it too late? All I want to say, if.
I don't want to stop it. She said it's all right.
You gonna say it's wrong?
No, she said it was all right, no. Don't
All-
test
all
me,
I-
ask the attorney. The attorney's telling you yes.
All I want to say is.
It's not a legal question. It's an
No.
administrative question.
All I want to say, if there's money left over for what it was for, can you give that money back to those sponsors? So there won't be no balance.
That
If
is
they
something
charge
legal's gonna
3,000
look
for
into.
food, and they gave you 4,000, you only used not even the 3, can they get their money back?
That's a financial question. So I punted to the finance department.
And I hope and pray that next year we don't go through all this hassle. Anything
first
else, Marty?
time.
We got an executive session? That's it?
That is it.
It's 7:22 and this meeting's adjourned.
We don't have an executive session?
No, not this time, sir.
It was part of the one that was already approved.
Already done.
Okay.
September.
I'm not trying to correct you or anything like that.
First time,
I'm not trying to correct you. I'm just